Yo, what's going on, it's Jay?
This is big.
This is Lit Logic. We're on episode 96.
96.
We have a very, very special guest with us today. Got Miss Jasi with us today.
How y'all doing?
I thought I was going to get something hype. She said,
She's like, what's up? I'm here.
it's me. They see me in a while.
What makes her a special guest is because Jasi is running for city council for the city of Trenton. So let's get some hand claps going on for that. So what made you want to run for city council?
I don't know if that's a clear-cut answer. It's a number of things.
Well, say whatever on your heart about it. You know, what made you be like, all right, this is what I want to do now?
I started off with gun violence. Y'all know that. So, that's near and dear to my heart. And just trying to figure out what causes it led me to get into politics and seeing what was wrong, the socioeconomic issues as I'm doing my research and stuff. And once I started doing events, I'm like, let me see what's missing. Let me see what I could do, how I could contribute to my community, and start doing events and things. And I noticed, like, a lot of times people say, we need the youth involved. We need the youth involved. And when we get involved, we're invited in the room, but never to the table.
Thanks.
Like, never to the table. It's, you're moving too fast and stuff like that. We come in and we're young, we're innovative. We know what we want. We know what our generation wants. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the older people are a little scared of it, a little intimidated. And I think that some of them just not ready to give up that power yet. And, and some people are just in the way. And I feel like our generation doesn't vote because they haven't been incentivized yet. Like, we feel like we don't have a reason to vote. We don't have anybody to vote for.
That is very true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
If I could be that, that inspiration for our generation, and not to say that I got it like that, I got that type of reach or whatever, but like, voting is serious. You got to be involved. Mm-hmm. And if it takes somebody to just lead by example, I don't mind doing that, So that's my reason.
Well, you got one?
No, go ahead, bro.
Well, I want you to like give the viewers something, like walk us through your day to day, like when going through this campaign, like going through what you're going through now, like the highs, the lows,
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of highs and lows because, with politics comes drama.
Yes.
So,
oh my God.
Always,
it comes with the territory, and that was something that I was really hesitant about. I really had to give a lot of prayer and thought about, whether I wanted to deal with all of that. But I just feel like I just do it, So I'm rolling with the punches. I'm running my race. I'm not getting in the drama. I don't care for it. I'm not responding to it. So, don't come for me because I'm definitely not going to come back for you. We're on a different type of time with this campaign. I'm younger than most of the candidates. I'm not the youngest, but I'm younger. Mm-hmm. And I'm not in competition with anyone. I don't see or feel like I am. I feel like I'm just going to run my race and not pay attention to it. But there are some highs, there are some lows within the campaign and externally. So, but
politics always been like something crazy.
Yeah, but we're not going to dwell on the lows.
Yeah, like in real life and on
oh my God,
on TV, because shit with Power and Ghost when he was doing his campaign, all the crazy shit that went on. with that, I'm just like, bro, I know this is some truth to a lot of this stuff that be going on.
It's true. Like, I'm telling you, it's true.
It's a lot of silly shit,
bro. It'd be a lot of backhand stuff. It'd be so much like undermining. Like people can't just run a race. They got to do like other stuff too. Like
and I want to keep it classy. I want to keep it professional. And, I want to work with all of the candidates if I can out in the community because that's what it's about. You got a community event.
The community.
That's all I'm about. That's all of this is about. This isn't about me running for office for me. This is about our community. This is about taking our voice from protesting and rallying up to policy and up on that dais where we could really make some changes in our community, some great ones.
Yeah, something got to give because, Trenton's been plagued with a lot of corruption, gun violence, things of that nature. And, that's where it has to start. It has to start from, like, more so of a political standpoint, like, far as, like, like the city, because, if you don't have things in play, things just going to keep being, like,
Right.
the same.
But also with that statement, people actually have to want to change.
Right.
They have to want to. They have to want to, like you said, come out and vote. They have to want to change. They have to go to the meetings. They have to be up on what they need to be up on.
I'm like 90% sure, like, the city wants change. Like, nobody wants to live like how, what's going on in the city.
Do you feel like it's more the older generation that wants to change, or
nah? I think everybody wants some type of change. Nobody wants to be in these type of situations, like, and this is with every hood across America. Once you got, like, poor economics and stuff like that, crime is bound to happen.
Yeah.
And what comes with crime comes with violence and all the other stuff. So drugs and everything else. It's all a revolving door.
Right.
So once you start fixing the infrastructure and the stuff that's around, and you give people better opportunities for stuff, things will change. But it's hard to do that stuff when they shutting down things, shutting down certain programs that help the youth, and because that's where it started. It started with the youth.
Right.
Like, once you deal with them, because they soak up everything, they're like a sponge. So if they're just around crime and violence, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna be crime. They're gonna pick up crime and violence. So if they have, like, positive things and positive people to look for, because the role models is the guys with the the drug dealers, the guys
Pants
with the money
down to the knees.
the guys that look like they doing something.
Yeah.
So when you got some people that, like, that can be in, like, a position that you're in, that can show them that, hey, there's another alternative to being somebody other than doing this, then
right.
you definitely have that have a better standpoint.
I mean, I feel like you need to give yourself a hand clap for that one.
I do a little bit.
Hand clap. That was a great statement.
So when you're elected, because we're gonna speak things into existence and all that good stuff. Let's manifest that right now.
I believe in that.
What things do you have planned for the city?
Lots of things. I'm going to continue staying connected in the community and constantly looking for resources to bring some things that we can implement. Like, honestly, I want to take a page out of Newark's book, because Mayor Roz Baraka and that city council up there is killing it right now. Like, they got a land banking program that's helping with a lot of the dilapidated and abandoned programs up there, where residents and can get involved and buy a property, city-owned property, directly from the city without having to go through city council and all the other hurdles that you got to go through. Once the property qualifies, meets certain requirements to get in that program, it's just a straight transaction from there, which is really helpful. So we're trying to bring that here to Trenton, and the mayor has been struggling with that. Not really, the city council isn't really entertaining the conversation from what I'm hearing. So hopefully, when I get in here, that's something that we could revisit, along with, I think it's an ARPA program. So this program allows, Section 8 vouchers for, down payments and closing cost assistance. So you could buy a house with a Section 8 program. And then there are certain properties, like whether whether the taxes are behind or not, say the property is owned and the person that is falling down. We got a lot of slumlords in the city, I'm sorry to say. No offense to anyone. But we have a big problem with people not keeping up with their properties, and they're just collecting and rent and things like that. They're not really vested into the city. So when you get people like that that's not complying, they're constantly being fined by the city to fix up their property, and then, like, the city can't really do nothing. If they're just paying their fines, they keep paying them and not fixing it, you're going to keep getting fined. We need a program that says, okay, after a certain amount of time you being fined, after a certain amount of time we said you need to fix this property, even if you are current with your taxes, we're going to claim this property. We're going to take it from you because you're contributing to the blight in the neighborhood. Right. And that's what needs to happen. We need to hold these real estate investors accountable for their properties, because no one wants to live next to that, and people do not deserve to live in that. So
true.
that's something I want to bring, you know, and just a different type of vibe to city council. Looking into some programs that we can implement in our community centers, some, you know, grants and things like that we can access on a federal level. Like we used to have Weed and Seed. So since that program doesn't exist anymore, what does or what can we implement here? Maybe working with some local nonprofit organizations that's out there with youth programs and in helping them. Like the city needs to help our grassroots level people because there's some really good people and some programs in the city that needs to shine a light on them. So stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like a lot of this stuff,
Absolutely.
like is like, you know, there's not a lot of programs like out there for like, you know, things that like that and like.
But there are. I don't want to say that entirely. But
let me rephrase
there
that.
are,
We're not taking advantage of those.
Right. There are
programs.
programs out there because I don't want to disrespect any of the programs that are out there and that are successful. So like there are programs like Trio. There's, you know, summer jobs and stuff like that the city and county does. Like there's programs at the high schools, after school programs and stuff. But it's just that, you know, sometimes not all of the programs are affordable or accessible. So some programs only accept certain demographics. So that's an issue too. So
yeah, everybody gotta get on the same page if we want to like have a better vision for, you know, what everyone's trying to do here. Because regardless if you're into politics or not, if you live in the city of Trenton, you want it to be a place where, you know, it could be safe for your kids. You know, you want to live in an area where, you know, it can be like more than what it is. Like it's more than just the violence and the drugs and the crime and stuff like that. It's a lot of good positive things going on in Trenton, but it get overlooked by, you know, all the negative stuff.
Because that's what people see, you know, when they read about Trenton, they don't hear the positive shit.
yeah.
You know, they hear the
but that's regular media propaganda.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff. It's just unfortunately with us being such a small city, we're such a tight-knit family, whether we want to believe that or not. Like, you know, we're so segregating our city by section, and this person don't like this person because they from here and stuff like that. But when a murder happens, no matter where that person lives at in this city, everyone is affected by it. And until we come to grips with that and understand that and stop the foolishness, people, kids like Sequoia Bacon Jones is going to keep on getting hit in the crossfire. And I knew that little girl. I got to meet her the week before at the father-daughter dance I hosted. I hugged her multiple times. So it's like...
Shout out for putting that together. You know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Y'all just did something recently, too, with the kids, right? It was like a movie. It was like a movie night thing.
So Andre McNair and Elijah Dixon had put on, they put on this pajama movie night. So I went to go support and ended up being like super hands on with it.
What was the movie they showed?
Encanto. So
I heard that was a good one.
You don't talk about Bruno. Don't talk about Bruno.
Like I keep hearing that, but I never understood what that meant.
We don't talk about Bruno.
What is that?
You gotta watch the movie to understand.
Yeah,
it's a song. It's a song. It's just really catchy.
What's the name of the movie?
Encanto.
It's like it's like a Hispanic chick. Like she doesn't have like magic. Like everyone has magic, but she doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, like I know a little bit, but I haven't actually seen it.
Yeah, it seemed like the house was enchanted and stuff. Like I watched it a little bit because we had the fundraiser for Sequoia that same night, so I was going back and forth at both events.
Yeah,
so
that's good. That's good to be like hands on. People can actually see, you know, that you care. You're willing to get your hands dirty. So that's actually good.
Anything for the kids, yeah, and they want to do it monthly, so
that's what's up.
That's what we need, stuff like that, and it's totally sponsored. So
it's even better. Shout out to them that's getting, you know, all this stuff involved.
Absolutely.
Man, because, you know, we definitely need more positive things for like the youth.
Right. You got to be the change you want to see. Just talking about what you said earlier, like not just teaching our kids to do better and be better. They don't listen to what we say. They go by what we do.
Right.
So it's not enough just telling them. We have to be that example as well. We can't expect them to just ignore the bad things that we say that comes out of our mouth, the bad actions that we expose them to, you know, and expect them to just listen to us when we say, no, don't do that. You know, don't smoke, don't cuss, don't drink, don't fight, don't argue, don't, do these things, but what's more impressionable?
When your parents ain't around and they with they friends and stuff, easily influenced.
Story,
and then,
peer pressure.
We was all in that DARE program, like, yeah, we never go to
shit.
and then look what happened.
I had the shirt and everything.
Yes.
We made a commitment, man.
Absolutely. We lied to them people. That's
Scouts honor.
Straight lie.
Scouts honor.
Hey, I think some of it turned out well. Like, give yourself some credit.
Yeah, we ain't turned out too bad.
Turned
But,
out too bad.
I'm not Pookie off a New Jack.
I turned my life around.
I made a promise to that person. I don't even remember their name.
But I had real dedication at that time.
What?
Like, yeah.
And
then then life punched you in the mouth. You're like, no, this ain't too bad.
Couldn't tell me shit with my DARE shirt. I dare motherfucker to tell me I was gonna do some shit.
Oh man.
Man, we thought we was something. Remember when you was a safety guard with the thing? You ever was a safety guard with the...
I never made it to that.
Oh, you couldn't be taken serious. That's what that means.
Yeah.
You was a class clown, wasn't you?
Yeah, kind of. Somewhat.
Okay.
All right. So, is this going to be like far as you go with your, political stuff, or are you going to take it further?
Yeah, I get asked that all the time, and honestly, I'm just trying to, on a serious note, discern what God is telling me. I didn't start this off to set on a path of politics. I had no idea city council even existed when I did that first march against gun violence when I was planning it. Mm-hmm. It was, all right, we can't get out here and just march around and yell and stuff like that, and it fall on deaf ears. The people that actually make the decisions for us are not here to hear us. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, elected officials in Trenton, New Jersey. And then City Council, Mercer County Freeholders, which is commissioners now, Assembly, like it was like all these different levels of government, and all I knew at the time was mayor, governor, president.
Yes.
I didn't know Congress actually existed in today's time. Like we heard about it with the Constitution and how the country was built, but not that it's relevant today and how that affects us on a federal level. So I had to learn those things firsthand, and that's what sparked my interest in politics over the years, and started getting involved with campaigns. And then with the things that's going on, I guess it's hard to avoid to say with the controversy with the current council, it just, I'm like, all right, I gotta step up, because who else from our generation? Not to say that there is no one else, because there are some really great people out there. But like when we was talking, you didn't want to run for council, so I'm like, I want to do it. I prayed about it. I consulted with my mentors, my advisors, my family, my kids first and foremost, my boss too, because I can't do nothing without the green light from her, because I work for Congress. So things started lining up.
I mean, that takes heart, you know what I'm saying? It takes courage, and a lot of people need to see this, man, because you actually stepped up and did something. It takes a lot of courage to do that, because a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people don't have, like, the willpower, the motivation, or the heart to do that, and you actually stepped up and did that. So, big proud of you.
Thank you. It's really not an easy decision. It's really an intimidating decision. It's not easy, and I don't know if I make it. There. Yeah, you put yourself out, and your family. Not even, you gotta think bigger. Your family is under a microscope. So that was something I really, really had to think hard about. It was a hard decision. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, it's always gonna be tough to put yourself, out there.
Yeah.
But it's all for the greater good.
Absolutely.
So especially, I know you're gonna definitely have had the city in Trenton moving in the right direction. Like when I found out that you was gonna run for the city council, I was just like, yeah, this sounds about right. And I don't see nobody being like a more perfect candidate than you. You've done a lot of stuff in the community with not only with the gun violence marches, but with the city cleanups, the feeding the homeless during like Thanksgiving and things like that. So
that's dope.
You've been like a real like advocate for like the community. So I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
You definitely
appreciate
are.
you. And be proud of yourself too, because you was there supporting too. So
Yeah, I do a little bit here and there, hand claps. So, hand claps.
He said, "Give me a hand clap, damn it."
Listen,
I try to do my part too, man, because I want to see a better, I want more for the city of Trenton because it can be so much more than what it is right now. And it was that at some point, so we got to make sure we get back to like how it used to be.
Real. Like, look at me as like a conduit for our generation. Like, look, we got somebody in here that's pushing for us. Like, I'm really trying to do something out here. These events isn't for clout, isn't for some type of status or a raise at my job, or none of that. Like, it's to provide a platform for our city to engage in, because these events are so unique. Like, we have performances, so we include the that industry, the music industry. We have vendors, so we include the business industry, nonprofit vendors, so what programs is out here. So you got the nonprofit industry. There's always something for the kids, unless it's a kid inappropriate event like the cannabis event.
Yeah.
But and even that the kids could learn from that, because those are always educational.
Absolutely.
But it's all about bringing the community together and learning about the resources and how we could collectively make some stuff happen. So
And that's the end game.
That's the end game. That's the goal.
Shout out to the cannabis.
Shout out to the Skywalkers, man.
Shout out to that, man. Because didn't they say that they? I think I read something today that they was going to do something about like recreational use, like they was supposed to vote on it or something.
Well, the recreational applications, I believe, had opened. So the manufacturing and cultivation had opened, and retail just opened March 15th. So far, the CRC has approved about 100 applications. Ooh. So, and 2 of them is in Trenton, and it's diverse owned, like, Black, white, and I believe Asian as well. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
Everybody want to get a piece of that pie.
But yeah, we got a medical marijuana dispensary approved, and they opening up right in Trenton on the corner of Market and Broad. And it's so dope because they got that huge bank. So it's not just going to be a dispensary, but it's going to be an educational resource. So they got classrooms and things. They're going to be hosting classes. So you want to come and learn about what cannabis is and what its medicinal purposes is. Like, change the narrative, change the perspective. Like, it's legal, it's here, it's a medicinal herb, it's not a gateway drug, it's not the devil's lettuce. Let's stop this madness.
There's so much bad stigma about cannabis, but it's a lot. It has a lot of health benefits.
It does.
Yeah. So shout out to WoFlow. I hope that once City Council approves the commission for cannabis for Trenton, because the CRC requires that each municipality, city or town, if you don't know what municipality means, has to have their own commission or a cannabis advisory board or something of that nature that approves the application. Because once it's approved on the state level, the city or township has to approve it. Okay. But that commission approves it. So city council just voted that down. So that medical marijuana can't even be approved because the commission wasn't even approved to approve them. So, we stuck between a rock and a hard place with the cannabis thing. But I don't think it's a hard fix. I see it getting approved. I think that, they just got some wrinkles to smooth out between the administration and city council, and then it'll be approved, and then hopefully we'll see them up and running by December. That's what their goal is. So
awesome.
People don't understand, like, politics affects everything.
Oh, absolutely.
Even the recreational things you smoking is, that's politics.
Yeah. Oh man, but we want to thank you for coming through, and
definitely thank you.
When is the election?
November 8th. November 8th.
Y'all mark y'all calendars.
Yes, that's the last day to vote.
That's the last day to vote.
There's 10 days of early voting.
Okay.
So you got time. We be on our CP time.
We a prime example of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We gonna do better.
We gotta do better.
We gotta do better.
Things happen.
It can only be Trenton residents, correct?
For what?
To vote.
To vote for me for city council at large. Yes. Any Trenton resident, no matter where you can live, can vote for me.
Damn. Well, unfortunately, I'm not a Trenton resident.
Gotta come back. I've been trying to talk you to get in the real estate game in Trenton. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm trying to stick my foot into that. Yeah, I got a lot of things going on. I'm dipping and dabbling in different things, so I'm just trying to find my niche.
Yeah.
So, but that's definitely something I plan on getting to once I get all the other stuff on my plate, like, leveled out. But that's definitely something that's coming soon.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to, invest in real estate. That's the most lucrative business,
Yeah, definitely can get your coins doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all heard it, man. November 8th is the last day to vote. So if you're a Trenton resident, make sure you vote for Jasi. She, in my opinion, is the best candidate. I haven't seen any other candidates, but to me it doesn't matter.
She can't vote.
She's the best one.
Make no damn sense.
But you already know what to do, man. Like, comment,
Heart them
share,
shits.
subscribe, all that good stuff. Until next time, I'm Jay.
This is
This
B.
has been Lit Logic. Catch y'all next time.